What's up, guys? This is my predictions video for UFC Fight Night in London, Manoa versus Anderson. I didn't do too well on the last predictions video. Hopefully things go pretty good for me this time. So first I'm going to start one of the prelim fights, Tom Breeze versus Aluwale Bangbose. I'm actually very interested in this fight because both are very good strikers, although Tom Breeze has a lot of submission wins. Bangbose is probably the most creative and most unorthodox striker in the UFC. He's very strange, video game-like. I really like his style. I like his philosophy. He believes that Muay Thai boxing, BJJ wrestling, all those are basics. And each fighter comes out with their own style. He doesn't see himself as a certain style. He's just his own style. This is a tough fight to call, but I might have to go with Tom Breeze because he is more well-rounded. He might not be as good as a striker as Aluwale. He could take Bangbose to the ground, and that's where Bangbose's weakness is. But he did just leave TriStar. I wonder how his progression has been since then and how his mindset is. If I'm going to have to pick, I'm going to pick Tom Breeze by second round submission. And then I'm going to go to Leon Edwards versus Vicente Luque. For this one, I'm going to go with Vicente Luque. This guy has been catching my attention ever since The Ultimate Fighter. He's been knocking everybody out. Don't judge him by his record, because in the UFC, he's been knocking everybody out and making it look easy. And he's a young guy too. But he does, and he's fighting Leon Edwards, who's fairly well-rounded, more of a striker, but I don't see Leon Edwards really doing much to Vicente. I think Vicente is going to have another showcase. I'll go with Vicente Luque by first round knockout or by decision. And then we go to the featured prelim fight, Joe Duffy versus Reza Madadi. I think that's how you pronounce it. For this fight, I just have to go with Joe Duffy. Joe Duffy's very good. He's very good on the feet. His boxing's amazing. If he does have a weakness, it is a good wrestler with good submission defense. In his past fights, he has been taken down, and if he cannot get those arm bars off or triangles off, he gets in trouble. But I don't see Madadi really getting any real advantage over Joe Duffy. I think Joe Duffy dominates this fight, and I think he wins by first round or second round submission. And then we go to the main card, Arnold Ellen versus Makwan Amirkhani. This fight is one of my most anticipated fights. This is one of the fights I'm looking forward to the most. Both very good fighters, both prospects. Arnold Ellen, he's pretty well-rounded himself, very quick. He commits a lot to his boxing, and his main strength is his wrestling and his ground and pound. He's not that much different from Makwan Amirkhani, because Amirkhani's also a wrestler who's been developing a striking game, and he's also explosive. He also commits a lot to his striking. They're very similar fighters, and also Amirkhani has been training at SBG with John Kavanagh, and I don't think we've seen him since he went there, if I'm not mistaken. And training with John Kavanagh and also Conor McGregor and Gunnar Nelson and all those fighters there could have really helped his stand-up game. That's really the X factor there. How well did Amirkhani's striking get? And how different did it become? This is a very tough fight. This might be the toughest fight to call of the night. But if I'm going to have to choose, I'm going to go with Amirkhani by decision. And I think it might be the fight of the night. And then we go to Gunnar Nelson versus Alan Jouban. Most people's fight to watch of the night is this fight. I think it's a tough fight for Alan Jouban. I think he's the better striker. He's the bigger fighter also. But the ground game is where it's going to be a lot of trouble for Alan Jouban. But that's if Gunnar Nelson can actually get it to the ground. Because he goes for takedowns, but lately he's been getting into scrambles and it ends up on the ground, or he drops the opponent to the ground and finishes them. With Alan Jouban, to strike with him and knock him down and then get on top of him or try to scramble with him on the feet, it's going to be tough. Gunnar Nelson doesn't want to get in striking exchanges with Alan Jouban because Jouban hits hard. And Jouban's very explosive, very dynamic. But Gunnar Nelson is also very quick and in and out movement. So if I have to pick, I'm going to go with Gunnar Nelson by a second round submission. And then you go to the main event, Jamie Manoa versus Corey Anderson. I really don't know how this fight's going to play out. Corey Anderson is the more well-rounded fighter. He can strike and he can wrestle. I think, and most people would think, that Corey Anderson's going to try to wrestle Jimmy Manuwa because that's Manuwa's obvious weakness. He doesn't want to stand too long with Jimmy Manuwa because he has some vicious power, very fast. He has one of the best left hooks I've ever seen in the UFC. Very good timing and the form is perfect. But if I'm going to have to pick with this fight, I'm gonna go with Jimmy Manuwa by a second or third round knockout, but I think Corey Anderson's gonna be winning the fight until the knockout. So those are my predictions, guys. Comment below on what your guys' predictions are, if you agree or disagree. I'm looking forward to reading those. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the fights, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.